the Healing Through Love podcast with Sharlene Lynch and Rose Davidson.
Hello and welcome to the Healing Through Love podcast. I'm Sharlene Lynch, and together we're shining a light on hope, resilience and transformation in the journey to end domestic violence. Each week we bring you inspiring interviews with changemakers, survivors and advocates and experts who are making a difference in the lives of those affected by family and domestic violence. Whether you're on a healing journey yourself or you're supporting someone who is, this is your space for powerful stories, practical tools, and heartfelt inspiration. Let's heal through love. I'm excited today. You are going to learn a very, very special breathing technique that's going to help you move forward. I love it. We've got Raj Khedun here with us from London, UK. Wow, it must be very early in the morning for you. He is an inspired manager of Keep Fit Kingdom, which I'm guessing is all about fitness. Yes, unless it's spiritual fitness. I don't know. We're going to dive in and find out a little bit more, which has a mission to help 1 billion people reach 100 years. I love the blue zone. Happily, and ever after. I love that. I love that. He's an advocate for Wellbeing, transformational coach. He's also the inventor of the 3-3 Metaverse Breathing Method. Well, I can't wait to find out all about that, which dramatically reduces stress and anxiety within 1 to 3 minutes, which is about my time frame. I love it. And he has a background in relationship coaching. Oh, how did you get here? Tell us your story, Raj.
Well, thank you, Charlie, for having me. Dynamic introduction, appreciate that. So basically, I can give you a bit of a Genesis backstory. Would that help? Yeah, and I'll keep it, succinct because I'm aware of time that it's going to be a fairly compact one. So basically, we all have dreams when we're kids, and I think if you allow life to kind of encroach on your brain and your life, you might forget about those things, those aspirations you have as a child, and then life gets in the way and then you kind of lose touch with that. So I'm a kind of person that I never let go of my dreams. When I was 3 years old, my mother took me to nursery for the first time, got enrolled here in London where I live. We look at the playground and classroom and we end up in the library. And the first 2 books I ever pick off the bookshelf in a library in my life was one about dinosaurs, one about planets, right? And for whatever reason, these images remain so sharply etched on my memory that I can remember it like it was yesterday. And believe it or not, these strange and wonderful images guided me more than my ordinary conventional education did. And I was always thinking about evolution, believe it or not, evolution. How do animals evolve? How do humans evolve? Can humans evolve their own brain and consciousness and, become a better version of themselves? And of course, school doesn't teach you that. But the answer is yes, you absolutely can elevate your state of mind and your understanding and your relationship with yourself and other people. Absolutely, yes. The planets thing was about, we have all these heavenly bodies. We've got Jupiter, we've got Saturn, we've got Venus, beautiful, beautiful planets. We got Mars, right? But why is it like Mars is an empty planet? If you go on there, go on YouTube, have a look, right? You'll see YouTube videos that the sky is red, the ground is red, right? Rocky red, but there's no water, there's no plants, there's no skeletal remains, right? So why is there an empty planet next to Earth? And Earth is full of life. From top to toe, you can't get rid of it, right? I mean, life is everywhere. Humans, animals, plants, veg, everything. So this kind of set me on a path to self-inquiry about what is life, how does it work, why are some people strong, why are some people weak, why are some people rich, why are some people poor, why do some people succeed and some people don't, why do people get healed and others stay, dejected or repressed in their energy. So all these kind of questions were with me when I was a kid. So that's what kind of got me started on, thinking things through psychology. I became a relationships coach later in life. So anyway, I hope that gives a bit of a genesis backstory. It's a bit colorful, but
I love it. I love it. I too had So I'm neurodiverse. I like to call myself neurospicy. I did some fairly strange things as a child growing up. I used to take pictures in my mind of things and tell myself, okay, this is the last time you'll ever see this. So
Yeah.
take a picture. And I would like mentally take a photo. No, I don't have a photographic memory, but I can recall all of these images, all of these pictures, and all of the aspects of them. Even
Mm.
years and years, well, we're talking decades because I'm nearly 60, decades down the track. So, yes, don't we do some fascinating things? But I'm interested to know, how did you transition into relationship coaching for women? Where did that come from?
Well, I was very interested in human psychology in my teens, and would sometimes have these kind of philosophical debates about, what makes a good woman, like what makes a good partner. What kind of characteristics are good? And when you're young, you have a different set of agendas than when you get more mature and you realize that, hang on, I want peace of mind. I want joy. I want bliss. And how do I get that if I want to be in a relationship? What kind of characteristics do they need to have? They should definitely be positive. We know that for sure. No one wants to live with a depressed person, right? So you got to look out and say, is she intelligent? You know, what's her skill? Does she have a passion in life? Does she have a mission? What drives her? All these interesting questions. Then an opportunity came up for me to start coaching women. So I mentored for a few months under a very, very popular relationship guru who's very well known. I can't mention his name right now, but I will later on. So I mentored under their company, and then I started coaching women, and then I realized, wow, this is amazing. This is a completely different side of life that I never experienced. As an alpha male, I needed to understand women and emotions and their emotional life and why they act and interact and react the way they do. What's the mindset? What's the feeling? It's more feeling based, where men are more compartmentalized and more logic based and reason based. That's why there's a lot of clashing between men and women, because they never get that balance right. So I determined to understand I understand myself as a male, but I don't understand women. So women constitute half the planet's population. I better learn how to harmonize masculine and feminine, right? And bring them together. So that's what got my curiosity. And at first, it was really difficult trying to understand women. But as I progressed and coached thousands of women over the years, I realized there are common themes, patterns. Once you've understood those, you can apply it to any man or woman on the planet. So, you know, so does that help answer your
Oh,
question?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So are we coming from a space of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Are we coming from the safety space and progressing up? And are we coming from, what's your theories in and behind relationships? Like how can we how do we know if it's the right one or the wrong one? And how can we be more mindful if we are going to be standing on minefields? Like, is this going to be a bad relationship? What are there red flags? What can we talk about that?
Wow, that's a fantastic, can of worms to open that up. But I think the most important thing is that, and I have to dial this back, because at school we're not taught the principles of health, wealth, and relationships. They kind of skirt around the issue, but by teaching you subjects like history, maths, geography. But in the real world, it's about people at the end of the day. You need to deal with people. You need to communicate. And you need to know how to make people feel good and happy and worthwhile being around you. So those character development things should be taught from the beginning. And because they're not, everyone's off alignment for so many years, and they die and they confused. Like, I thought I went to school. I thought I learned something, but you didn't. The school system is not designed to help you fulfill your potential, right? So I know what I said. It's like, oh gosh, so we have to go back to the beginning. Kind of, yes. But to answer your question, luckily, we're all made of joy and bliss, all of us as human beings. We need to just follow principles that are positive and constructive, and that will help us find our alignment with ourselves and with everyone else as well, including men, women, doesn't matter, dogs, cats, whatever,
I
right?
love it. I love it. I love it. Dogs and cats. Let's not go there. All right. So, from what I understand from our pre-podcast conversation, is you've got this very unique breathing technique, which is part of the online course that you've got out for a ridiculous investment point for people who would rather, instead of hiring a one-on-one coach or going to do a group program, you can do this. It's self-paced. And you can do it because it's yours, then you can do it over and over and over again. So can you maybe talk us through the breathing technique and how that works and why we need to do it and where we might want to use that? And then like while we're on the subject, dive in and tell us a little bit more about your program.
Absolutely, absolutely. So a couple of core fundamentals that we're not taught about. Again, this is pretty fundamental. It's so basic that we're not taught this in school, and it's just mind blowing to me. So basically, what you think is air, this stuff all around you, right? It's not just air. It's not just oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen. I mean, who cares if it's that? What's it got to do with you in terms of making you feel good, right? But the trick is this. It's not just that. It's light, electricity, and magnetism. Light, electricity, and magnetism. That's what's contained in this space, in this air around us. Every single breath you take is full of light, electricity, and magnetism, right? When you know how to channel that through the brain, the nervous system, and the endocrine system, you can have such great peace of mind, such great expanded awareness, and such a beautiful flow state. Your emotions get calm, you feel happy and peaceful within. And it didn't require you to have endless therapy. Didn't require you to go to the doctors. It didn't require any medication or prescriptions whatsoever, right? So this is what our team engineered, a very special breathing method that gets you to that beautiful emotional flow state within 60 to 90 seconds, right? It's helping people overcome insomnia within 1 to 2 minutes, and they fall asleep and they're like, wow, what happened to me? So you unlocked all these hormones in the brain, endorphins, serotonin, dopamine, which are feel good, happy hormones. Also, anandamide. People don't know what anandamide is. It's a bliss molecule in your brain. Ananda means bliss. It comes from the Sanskrit word bliss, right? And all humans have a bliss molecule in their brain, but they don't know how to access it, right? So they live and die and they never realize how happy they could have been, right? So, as well as that, a lot of people talk about the vagus nerve, right, which helps you dial into the parasympathetic nervous system for rest, digest, healing, deep sleep, recovery from trauma, recovery from surgery, recovery from injury. So this method helps you unlock all five of those areas in a beautiful, simple, easy to remember way. It's never been done quite this way before. So that's what the breathing method does. If you want, we can go through a tiny little kind of snippet and walk you through it. Shall we
Come
do
on,
it?
let's breathe together.
All right. All right, let's do this. Are you familiar with breathing methods at all,
A
Charlene?
little.
Okay. What have you tried?
So I'm a holistic psychologist, so we do a whole breath work, rebirthing, the whole thing. So yes, but I only lasted about 6 months to a year as a holistic psychologist because do you know what? I'm better on the other side as a business coach than I am
Yeah,
actually as a therapist. My
got it.
my level of compassion and empathy, it's just not there for people that really could make it happen anyway. So yes,
Right.
I'm better on this side of the fence. So
I,
let's breathe together.
absolutely, absolutely. Let's do this. So I'll walk you through it. It's very simple, very easy. This is just a kind of a short sample to give you a sense of what we can do. All right. So first of all, what you do is check your nostril flow. So you block one nostril and breathe in and out the other one, and then you do the same on the other side. And are they equal, or is one more open than the other, Charlene, at the
Yeah,
moment?
one more than the other. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, that's right. And on a scale of 1 to 10, one being you feel terrible and 10 being you feel amazing, what would you say you feel on a scale of 1 to 10 right now?
Probably only a seven, so it's only just mildly one more than the other. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, a 7 out of 10. Now, in this breathing method, you're going to have your chin fairly straight and your shoulders a little bit back. So you've got your spine reasonably straight. And you're going to breathe in three parts through the nose like this. I'm not sure if the noise cancellation is going to cancel the sort of breathing sounds, but I'll make the sound audible just so you can know how it is. So it's sniff, sniff, sniff. So sniff, 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 and then ha 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 without the vocal cord. So sniff, 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 and then ha 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 with an elongated exhalation on the third exhale through the back of the throat. Do you want to try that?
Okay, I'm going to put myself on mute so
Okay.
I'm not breathing over the top of you. Let's do it
Okay.
together. Yes?
Okay. Sure. So all right. Now close your eyes for a moment. You can unmute the mic and I'll just ask you a few questions.
Yes.
All right. So tell me what you notice now you feel now.
Oh, I feel strangely more relaxed.
There you go. Do you feel your heart rate slow down a little bit?
Yeah, I hadn't noticed it before, but I feel relaxed, calm. Yeah.
Have you noticed the mental chatter of that, what we call monkey mind in Buddhism? Have you noticed that mental chatter decrease a
Well, I don't know where it is. It's not there.
bit? Exactly. Now, this is how we're helping a lot of people with ADHD as well overcome that mental, confusion, chatter, and so on. Now, you said you felt a 7 out of 10. What would you say you feel now?
So for my nose, yeah.
No, 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 no. Just overall, how you feel? Because you said I think you said you felt 7 out of 10 overall.
Oh, my misunderstanding. I thought you were
No.
asking me to gauge which nostril was 7, which is a 10. So
Sorry. Sorry.
how do
It's
I
okay.
feel? I feel
Yeah.
magnificent, but
Okay.
I always feel magnificent. So there's not much of a gap there. But when I breathe in through my nose, they feel more even.
Really? And we only did that for 30 seconds.
Yes, so they feel more even. So I don't know what's happening inside of there, but they feel more even. Yes.
And do you feel like you're in a kind of flow state a little bit, like you
Um,
feel really peaceful, relaxed? Do you feel that?
yeah, I do. I feel relaxed. I love it. I love it. I'm totally ADHD, so I
Yeah.
get it. I understand, and I will be using this. I'll let you know. I'll write you
Yeah.
a school report on it. I love it.
Please. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, so now then, so the your online program and the links for that will be in the show notes and also in the show description. This is one of the tools that you walk people through.
It is. It's a doorway of transformation. So it helps people overcome addiction, trauma, relationship issues, because I bring my relationship coaching into the doorway that we open to help change happen quicker than conventional talking therapy, for example. So it helps people overcome addiction. Why? It elicits theta brainwaves, which makes your mind very open, and neuroplasticity, which makes it easy to reprogram the consciousness and the mind to give you better constructive results.
I love it. All without jumping in the shower, which is normally when I drop into theta, just quietly. I love it. Raj, you make a positive difference and definitely while helping others fulfill their potential and make dreams happen. I love what it is that you bring to the planet and how you make a difference. If you're listening today and you are a practitioner that can make a difference in this space, for people who are survivors of family and domestic violence, reach out to Healing Through Love, regardless of where you are on this planet, because we're running Pamper Days, think day spa on steroids, and we're looking for practitioners with a heart for change that want to hold the space for people to experience self-worth. That's what this is about, is shifting how they see themselves. So reach out to us for Healing Through Love. And if you're listening today and you're a survivor, please reach out to Healing Through Love and we'll send you the list of our beautiful Pamper Days that are happening locally near you. Wow, Raj, I reckon I could talk to you forever. And I'm looking forward to having you back as a guest, hopefully later on the year or beginning of next year. I know that our time zones are challenging, but we'll make it work because really, let's face it, time expands for us. I love it. Okay, so now I'd love to know your final words of wisdom for our audience.
Yeah, I would say, dare to explore, dare to kind of delve into your imagination and say, what's my ideal self? I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to enjoy beautiful relationships. I want harmony in my life. I want bliss. I want joy. I want peace. That is real. That is your real nature. Get back to that, because you don't want to be denied that. Life is short. Make that your priority, and everything else will fall into place, and you'll be a very happy camper.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. I love being a happy camper. It's a goodbye for us at Healing Through Love, and a goodbye from Raj. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Healing Through Love. You can get further resources, see the show notes, or simply reach out to us via our website at htlaustralia.org. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to your company next time on the Healing Through Love podcast.